Yo everyone, this is Mango again, and I'm here with another video for Shadow Era. So I'm going to be playing Garth in this game, this time around, and so that's my third hero now. So I got 16 more to go, 32 more to go. So it's going to be a long road. I got to start keeping track. I just realized I have no way to know which heroes I'm going to be using and which ones I'm not. And so Rogue is uh, a Garth is a rogue hero type, rogue class, and his special ability is for 3 shadow energy. You get to deal double damage to a target ally. So he's a really control oriented hero. So let's see how this goes. So my opponent got to go first. Let's see if he has anything to play turn 2. He has a trap to play on turn 2. So I'm thinking this trap is going to wipe away this ally. Let's see what happens here. And snare trap. Result: that trap there actually exiles any ally with a cost of 3 or less. So in my case, my ally cost 2, it was wiped off the board. So let's see, he played another one, another trap. That trap is going to be a death trap. I'm going to play this ally. Should I play this one now? Yeah, I'll play this one now. This ally is going to die. Watch. Or actually, I'll play this first. I'm going to end my turn. And so what he played here is likely a death trap. And what that is the first ally that I summon is going to die. Plain and simple. It's just going to die. And let's see. So I'm going to sacrifice this guy. I'll sacrifice this guy. And I'll come in and use this guy's ability to keep him from attacking me. But then you'll see this ally will die. Okay, but since it died, I'm going to use that death to trigger this. So you see, if an ally was killed this turn, draw 2 cards. My own ally was killed, but it still counts. Okay, so now I'm going to end turn. So that's why I decided to play this out before playing an ally. This way I can make use of that death trap for myself to draw some cards. Because I'm not going to be able to kill any allies right now. But as it, oh, look at that, he was able to. So this ally, when you summon this ally, it pulls back the top item from your graveyard. So right now I'm going to use my ability so we can check this out. So I target him. See, I deal 1 damage, but then all other damage is doubled. So right there, my weapon actually dealt 4 damage instead of 2. So pretty simple stuff. So I'm going to end turn. Let's see if it decides to play that death trap. Oh, I didn't say good luck, have fun to this guy. I don't want to be a dick. I got a fire engine passing by my place, so sorry about that. And my dog sitting here is going crazy. I don't know if they actually came across on the speakers or not. Let's skip. So I'm going to skip. It's okay. It's okay, Kiki. It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to skip, and I'm going to play this guy. And dead. Then I'm going to play this guy to kill here. So you saw I utilized another one of my allies to draw a card because I know he had the death trap in play. So I'm going to end my turn. Let's see, he's using a starter deck. Wow. So that is a nice way to change things up. So let's see. So he has a Soul Seeker in play. So what I'm going to do now is before he's able to, no, because he's going to be able to kill any ally at play anyway. So I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip. And I'm going to, I'm going to play my draw engine for now. He has not able to play his death trap yet. And I think I'm going to save. Oh, what's it got? Oh, okay. So it looks like a snare trap. Only costs 2. Try to keep track here, by looking at the casting cost of whatever they use. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this guy for now. And the reason why is I'm going to bring in one of these, and I'm going to attack with it. I'm going to force him to use his ability and kill her. And then I think I might end up actually destroying the trap when he brings it back with my ability. You see, he's at 8 now, so he's going to be able to recycle that death trap quite a bit. So that's going to be really annoying. Oh, almost made a mistake there. So he's going to reduce my health down to 1. He's going to draw. Well, he's going to decide to attack and draw the cards. And then likely he'll play the death trap. Yep, see, 3 cost. It's probably, more than likely, that's his death trap. Okay, so I'm going to do this. And for starters, yeah, I think I'll get rid of the death trap. I'll get rid of the death trap. And then I'll play that and end my turn. So this way I can play my ally next turn and it won't die. But it's still going to come back again. So hopefully I get another item destruction so I can get rid of that. Right now, that's the thing hampering me the most from making any headway in this game. So, all right. So now I have another weapon. Jeez. Okay, but for now, I'm going to... Actually, I want that one. I'm going to steal that ally. That ally's mine. Okay, so I'm going to end turn. And so now he'll reduce this guy down, bring back the death trap, and then I can summon this guy out and use his own ally to trigger it. So this way I don't lose any more of my allies. See? So I used him not in a way to play his ally, but I used him instead to be able to pull something out to bait and as bait and utilize it to... Oh, look at that. Is that another death trap? Wow. Okay, so... Oh no, that's the one he pulled. Sorry, never mind. Alright, so now I should be able to play this guy to break his death trap. And let me see. Oh no, actually it won't work because this is a snare trap. This likely is a snare trap. It'll kill my ally of 3 or less first, and then this will still be in play. So I'm gonna have to skip here. I'm gonna have to play this on that first to get rid of the death trap, and now I'll play this guy out. And so I'll end my turn here. So that death trap cycling is getting very annoying, but you know, it's one of the things that makes Victor good, being able to recycle his trap cards like that. So Victor's ability, in case you haven't picked up on it, is the top hunter card in your deck is recycled back into your hand. You see, actually now what he did is he covered up the trap. The top item in his top hunter card in his graveyard now is a poison arrow, not a death trap. So he might have felt he needed to do that at the current state. It probably was the best thing to do, to be honest, at this point in the game for him. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead I'm going to summon... Now, I don't want her. She's just going to die next turn anyway. So I'm going to pull out this weapon, and I'm going to use my ability to deal 1 damage, and then double up the damage to kill this ally. So I drew a card thanks to this card. So any opposing ally or item that I destroy, I draw a card. So it's a great draw engine. You see, I drew a 2 cost, so I'm going to use this to trigger this first trap here. See? And so now I can play a stronger ally and have it survive. And then I'm going to activate this. If an ally was killed this turn, draw 2 cards. Activate this, draw 2 cards. You see, rogues actually have access to quite a bit of draw in their setups. So you can have some real consistent and strong draw to help you through the game. And right now my opponent doesn't have any draw. But let's see. So he's going to go ahead, reduce him down to 1, and he gets the poison arrow back. Let's see what he decides to do. So Hunter's Gambit on him, and then he's going to poison arrow on this guy again. So poison arrow poisons and disables an ally for only 2 cost. So it's actually a very strong card. Look at that. He played a draw card. I'm not going to let him keep that. I think I'm going to use my last item destruction and break that because I don't want him to have any draw. So what that card does is it gives draw to all players. So you get to draw an extra card at the start of each of your turns, both players. But I don't want him to have any draw, so that's why I decided to destroy it. If he pulls out a weapon, I have enough in play now where I can beat it down manually and just destroy it, by wearing away its durability. So that's why I went ahead and just used my item destruction to get rid of his draw. So let's see what he has. So he said he was playing a starter deck, but let's see. Okay, so cool, Keon. All right, so I'm gonna skip. I'm going to use my ability on this. You look at this. All damage to armor sandworm is reduced by 2. So you see my ability will actually do 0 damage to it. But all damage to it now is doubled. So you see this guy has 4 attack. So he'll do 8 damage and then minus by 2. So that'll be 6 damage. Because you double the damage that's going to be taken, and then you reduce it by the armor of the opposing ally. So this should kill it. See? So 6 damage dealt. I'm going to play Keon, and I'm going to play this guy, and then I'm just going to go for the face. And this game is basically over, but my buddy here, Brad Spellstrom, said he was playing a starter deck. And it does look like it. It looks like he added a few things. But, so for the most part, let me see. Good game, bud. Good luck to you. So you got to see how this deck works out. Garth is just very control heavy hero. He's control personified, and I got a win here for Team Garth Bainbow, and so I'm going to say okay to that. And so I mean, there was my buddy there. He was just playing for fun. He wasn't really trying to play too competitive. I think if he was, I'm sorry, but no, I think he was. I think he was just trying something different. He was trying to do a lot with the trap recycling, and he was trying something out. And you know what? He was trying something out on a hero that a lot of people don't play right now in Victor, because it's hard to get consistent wins with him. So I got to give it to him. He was doing what he could with a hero that's outmatched against someone like Garth. So let's take a look at the deck that I'm playing. It's nothing special. It's something I put together just for this. So it really doesn't bother me at all to show you guys, but you can switch this around any way that you like. And one of the ways that I have it here, let's see. So we got Laerian Knight. All combat damage from allies is reduced by 1. Ability damage increased by 1. Night Owl has stealth. If your opponent has more or equal allies than you do, and when he dies, you draw a card. You got to see me do that utilizing a trap. And then so Sword Thief, you got to see me use him when she comes into play. Look at those eyes. Damn. When she comes into play, she disables an opposing ally, so it can't attack or defend. This guy, for 2 shadow energy, you can seek an artifact will cost 4 or greater. And the reason that's important is because my main draw engine, Ill-Gotten Gains, is an item artifact for 4 cost. So I can seek this if I don't have it in my hand, but I have Artisan, and then I can play it for only 2 cost. Because, let's get out of this. Go away. All right. Because on this guy, the first artifact you summon with cost 4 or greater, reduced by 2. So I mean, I don't need 4 of these guys. I mean, you can always reduce this by 3 to put it at 3 or put it at 2, or you don't have to use it at all. You can use other things. Like in my deck, I don't have Alden the Brave, that ally that buffs all your friendly allies by +1 attack. Maybe I should. This is just something I'm trying out. And then Braxnorian Soldier, hard not to have this card in your deck. He has the haste block, and he's got that great 3/6 stats for 5 cost. Visca, you know, went over this in one of my other videos. She has all damage dealt to her from weapons from heroes reduced by 1. Ability damage is still the same. So 2 damage from Bane Bows, 2 damage, 3 damage from Zaladars, 3 damage. Anything ability wise, no. But all physical combat damage to her is reduced by 1, or reduced to 1. Oliver, you got to see him play. Stole an ally with cost 3 or less from my opponent, and so it can be a great play on turn 7 to really swing the board in your favor. Keon, just a beast. Steadfast. It means you cannot send this card back to your opponent's hand. You can't send this card back to your opponent's deck. It has to take lethal damage in order to be removed from play. So you have to kill it. Period. We see opposing heroes and allies. This ally breaks stealth and hidden when it enters play. So if you're playing against someone that has a lot of stealth and hiding capabilities, you want to make sure you keep this guy in your hand so you can try to plan it out. So when they're hiding and they think they're safe, you can drop him down to remove their hidden capabilities and maybe deal finishing or at least a crippling blow. I don't have any high damage ability damage in here. This is the only ones that I decided to put in here. It's a sinkhole, and a target opposing ally will cost 2 or less is exiled. And if it's an ally with 3 or greater cost, this deals 2 damage to it. And also, if you don't have any locations in play, this will shuffle the current location controlled by your opponent into their deck. And this is your item removal, one of the top item removals in the game. And what it does is it destroys any item and you gain 1 resource. Okay, so you play it at 4 resources, you get bumped up to 5 resources. So Legend Ride, this is a tech card, and basically you play it on one of your friendly allies, and any enemy attachments on it become ineffective. And so a crippling blow or any other control abilities by your allies is rendered useless. And these are my other 2 draw options. I have 3 of these in here. Every time an ally is killed, you draw 2 cards if you're able to activate it. So you have to activate it on only your turn. And then this is when an opposing ally is killed or item is destroyed, you draw a card. So one of the best draw engines in the game. The only thing that keeps it from being the top draw engine in the game is that it's very easily destroyed by by a number of abilities, by other rogues. And to stop the priests have focus prayer that can break it real easily. And Shadow has access to an ability that for 1 cost can destroy any item with cost 4 or less at the cost of 1 resource. And then we got our 2 weapons. Spirit Shuriken is a card that has a special ability. For 1 shadow energy, you deal damage equal to the amount of allies in play on your opponent's side. So if they have 5 allies in play and you drop this down, you can pay 1 shadow energy and deal 5 damage to 1 target ally. See, and then we have Ankle Breaker. So one of the best weapons in the game by far. 5 cost, 2 attack, 4 durability. When you damage an ally in combat, it gets disabled and it loses 1 attack value. So really, probably overpowered card for what's in play these games these days. But you know what? It's been that way forever, and it's going to stay that way. This card is just kind of a tech card again. It's 4 against mages. All ability damage to your hero reduced by 0. And so it's a tough game to play against mages. And so you can... This card, having 1 of might not help, but at least I know I have an option in there to be able to deflect some of that ability damage. Okay, so this was Garth. Again, I'm not going to vouch for the effectiveness of this deck. The guy I played was obviously testing something, trying out new tactics, and I'm sure there's better Garth decks out there. The one thing you can do is Garth seems to work really well depending. It doesn't even matter how many cards you have. There's a guy out there real famous called Shadow Man. Always plays an 80 card Garth deck, and he always does really well with it. So he's number 1 to show that this hero can function well with 40, 60, or 80 card deck. You don't need to stay to the strict limit of around 40 cards. So that was Garth. That was the 3rd hero in my video production, and I hope it was informative. I hope it was a little educational for those who are still new to the game. And heck, share, like this video, please. This way we can get this game the glory that it deserves. All right? So I'll see you guys next time.